All right, AOA podcast back for another episode. On this show, we're talking about Prince Andrew and what his daily routine is post Epstein, settling with Virginia Giuffre, and all that jazz. Plus, we have an update on James Corden, who has apologized for his previous bad behavior. Speaking of apologies, Kanye kind of did one and said a lot more stuff after that. So we'll, of course, get into that. Trump is headed for some legal issues and a deposition. We'll update you there. The McDonald's adult Happy Meal has spun further out of control. We've got another Florida bathroom bill to talk about, and more. That's the rundown on this episode.
Decent rundown.
Wasn't bad. Frankie C is here. J Sam's along for the ride momentarily. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate the support. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, thumbs up the video, become a member, buy Jumpstart Coffee Company, blah, 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 blah.
Indeed. It helps.
It sure does. Prince Andrew, Frankie C.
Everybody. Yeah. Prince Andrew. What's this scumbag doing now?
They're saying now that he spends his days how you want to spend your days. As a recluse, away from everybody.
I don't want to be a recluse. I don't know why you think that. Just because I don't want to drive to work and be
your actions, your attitude, the things you say. And that's how I formed that opinion.
First of all, if we're gonna talk about actions and attitude, Mr. Everything is terrible, grumpy bastard.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Mom's gone.
What's this guy doing? He's a recluse.
Mom's gone. He settled the Virginia Giuffre thing. A source told the Telegraph that these days he barely goes out at all. He rarely goes out socially in the evening. After all, where would he go? The only times he used to go out were to visit the Queen at the castle, and now he can't even do that. They say he stays in and watches television 24/7. That's all he does.
Yikes. I mean, I lost you.
No, you didn't lose me. I was talking to Cuddles.
Oh, okay.
I was talking to my producer.
It was weird. You were talking. There was no sound. I thought I lost you.
Sorry.
No, that's weird. You know what? Good. Lock the guy away. Let him stay, in a room and just waste away. Goodbye.
I see your bet and I raise you one further. I hope he hangs himself. I hope he watches enough Real Housewives bad television till he gets to the point where he can't take it anymore and he just ends it all. That's my hope. I hope he ties together all of those Care Bears that he has on his bed and puts it around his neck and ends it all.
Like I don't care bears.
There you go. Big dog in the house.
Am I right?
You are correct, sir.
Thank you.
I think that by the way, I mean, haven't you done this too? Let me bring in Jay Sabs. She's, of course, after all, our television expert.
I wouldn't say that. I would.
Don't you ever have one of the? Now I haven't had this in 7.5 years.
Just ask your wife. Maybe is your birthday coming up? She'll help you out.
What?
Oh, I thought you were talking about sex.
No, that's okay. Shut up. Okay. I haven't had this in 7 years. Now I'm being told you're low, Frank. I don't know if you can. Oh, well, he's low. Anyway.
You haven't had one in 7.5 years. COVID, don't worry. You just went to a party. You're definitely going to get it. Go ahead.
You have that Saturday where you just lock into a show, whether it's Real Housewives or what's the one, Impractical Jokers, where you're like, oh, this is great. I got nothing to do. I'm going to get
marathon it.
I'm just going to marathon this whole show or something on Netflix or whatever it was. And then you get into it and then you realize, oh my God, 9.5 hours have passed and I've been sitting on this couch, and then you're miserable about what you did for the day.
There's no way it's been 7.5 years since the last time you did that. We just went through a pandemic where everybody was binge watching everything under the sun. There had to be a day
kids.
where you
Has
watched
kids.
something for hours
you.
and hours.
He has kids.
Yeah, but once they go to bed, you probably
but
stayed up till whatever.
Nah.
No. I mean, you can't, not like when you don't have kids. When you don't have kids, you could literally put in an 8.5 hour day of Netflix and it's nothing.
Yeah.
You can't do that now. You literally cannot do that.
I agree.
So I thought, all those documentaries that were coming out over Netflix and everybody was binging them. Like, remember that? I remember when the pandemic just started. I think it was Making a Murderer was the big thing.
No,
Or
it
maybe
was
a little before that.
Tiger King. I almost said Lion
Tiger
King.
King. Tiger King. You didn't Lion King. You didn't binge watch The Lion King?
I binge watched Tiger King. Yeah, but I didn't do it in a day. It took me
2
days. Yeah, because I could only do an hour or two at night before they go to bed.
Yeah. Agreed.
Right?
But did you have that over the pandemic? You would have.
No. Do you have that feeling like you start out and you're like, there's nothing else I want to do than watch this show that I'm obsessed with.
Yes.
And then 6 episodes later, you're like, I'm such a piece of shit. I've done nothing with my life. I can't.
I don't think I feel like a piece of shit afterwards.
You should, especially.
I did that for Making a Murderer. When I remember watching the first episode, I'm like, all right, I got to keep going. I got to see where this is headed. I remember I just watched episode after episode, and I was like 6 episodes in. I was like, all right, it's 3:00 in the morning. I should probably go to bed.
I just feel like there should be a name for that, like streamer's remorse or something. I feel like it's like doing a drug. You're like, oh, I'm just going to get high and be like, whatever. And then you get so crazy high and you kill somebody with your car. And you're like, did that really happen or not? And you have that whole thing. And you're like, I don't know what's real and what's not. Am I alone on that?
Wait, say that again? I'm sorry. I'm being distracted here.
That's called doing acid.
Right.
I think. I don't know. I've never done acid.
It's even like the same thing with like pizza. When you're like, oh my God, I just want fucking pizza. I'm going to eat 2 slices. It's going to be great. And then you have like 2, maybe 2 and a couple of garlic knots. And you're like, oh my God, that was such a fucking mistake.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's buyer's remorse. I mean, I'm sure there should be a better term for that.
Cuddles
Anytime
got the
I
pizza.
get McDonald's.
But I feel like that's everybody. That's standard McDonald's, post McDonald's feeling.
Pizza's the greatest thing to look forward to. The greatest thing to enjoy. But once you're done, you're like, holy shit, what the hell did I just do? You just ate like 4 pounds of cheese.
Because a lot of things can seem like a good idea until you get into it. Like, for instance, starting a podcast with your friends.
Seems like a good idea.
I agree. It's like, okay, maybe. And then you're like, oh, fuck, I have to show 3 times a week.
What I do? Hey to TD Freelancer, who is one of my favorite people on Twitter, always super supportive. I want to thank TD Freelancer for that. Thanks for all the support. And to everybody in the live chat and to our members, thank you guys so much.
Yes, you guys are all awesome. Thanks for joining us all the time, or if this is your first time, appreciate it.
So that's Prince Andrew. Hopefully he kills himself soon. Moving along to number 2. I'm really not a fan of James Corden now. The last 2-3 days have turned me on him so much more. So we did the story on Monday. McNally, this Instagram guy, in case you guys missed it, he's a restaurateur. He's getting big on Instagram. He tweeted out 2 stories or Instagrammed out 2 stories about how James Corden was a dick to his staff. And almost as soon as we got done with the Monday's show, everybody started sending me James Corden apologized to McNally for his behavior, and McNally reinstated him, was letting him back in his big famous New York City restaurants.
Is that good? Wouldn't that get him back in your favor? Wouldn't that, that doesn't redeem him at all?
I was set to praise him and be like, you don't get that much anymore, especially in today's climate. In today's climate, it's very rare when somebody's like, you know what? I was a huge asshole. I am sorry. And I won't do it again. Everybody wants to just dig in and fight you nonstop. Like, there's no apologizing anymore, or apologies have become useless.
Right. Well,
So
there's
I did.
apologizing, but it's like everybody's like, eh.
Yeah, so I kind of was like, oh, I was like, good move. But then I thought, how big of a dick were you that you felt the need to call and apologize right away and stop the bleeding from whatever else is going
No.
to be?
No,
You don't
You're
think
wrong.
so?
you're wrong.
Yeah, I think it's more of
I'm all
he saw
ears. Go
the
ahead.
story come out. He
I-
saw the story come out, and then he wanted to put a stop to it, so he called the restaurant.
Here's what I think. I think that he didn't want anyone. I'm still on his side. He didn't want anyone to think, "Oh my God, I'm this big of a dick." Like, I hope no one took what I did the wrong way, whatever he did, and that's it. I'm really
I
giving
think
him the
he saw
benefit of
this.
the doubt here, huh?
I think he saw this story, and his publicist or whoever said, you got to call them, and you got to apologize," and that's what he did.
All right. Enter Exhibit C, a new third story on James Corden treating a restaurant employee like a dick. The wife. Now, do you guys know who Try Guys are?
Yeah, I've seen them on YouTube.
What do they do? They're like an internet. That's all I know is they're an internet thing.
It's literally what it sounds like. They're just a few guys that like try out different shit. They like test
Okay,
stuff
because
out.
the only time I ever heard of them was did they kick one of the guys out of the group
Oh,
recently?
I don't know them that well. I just know the name, and I've seen maybe a few videos.
I heard the Try Guys kicked out one of their members. So does that technically make them the Bye Guys? Because there's only two now.
But
Could be.
dad
Could be,
jokes.
could be.
We need a dad joke
jokes are fun
sounder.
for everyone.
Dad jokes.
Like a little stamp that comes out.
Anyway, one of the Try Guys' wife said that she was walking by James Corden while he was at a restaurant.
Go ahead.
We lose him.
Hello.
There he is.
I'm sorry, I don't know
Ground
why
control.
you did. I'm sorry.
All right, we got it. We got you back. You muted yourself.
Yeah. No, you could use those things. It just you're fine. You're good. Sorry about that.
Try
guys.
Guy's wife said she was walking by James Corden while James Corden was in a restaurant.
He was talking to a busboy, and the busboy was telling him that Little Dom's is closed right now. I guess that's one of the other restaurants in the group.
Okay.
And the busboy was saying they close in the middle of the day between lunch and dinner. And then the busboy goes, I can get you a reservation right as soon as they reopen again. And this woman said that he was trying to be really accommodating. And she claims that James Corden yelled at the busboy and said, a lot of good that does me, mate. A lot of good that does me. Was like mad at him because the place was fucking closed in between lunch and dinner.
What is this guy with restaurants? You think he does this like at every establishment he goes to? Like he'll go to like a clothing store and like flip out because they don't have his size jeans or something? Or is it just restaurants he gets pissed at?
That seemed like fat shaming right there.
Yeah.
No, it could be, you know,
Yep.
it could be any size jeans. I don't know.
Okay.
Nothing to do with fat
You're
jeans.
gonna-
It's just any jeans.
You're not gonna like what I'm gonna say.
I don't think I am.
When do I ever?
I know. Well, never. But I mean Anthony this time.
Oh, okay.
I know that you think it's really horrible, right? Because he's a famous person that he's doing this, right? Is that like your thing?
No, anybody.
No, she's right. No, you're right. Anybody, yes. But I think it's particularly even more stupid when you're famous because people are going to be like, look at this famous. Like when you're just a dick, they're going to be like, this guy's a dick.
Right.
But when you're like, did you know that famous person was a dick?
It's wrong for anybody to
worse.
act that way, but it's stupid for a famous person to act.
Correct.
Yeah.
See, now, I think because I've been around it for a long time, I was around it for a long time, and I've seen it multiple times from people who were not famous, that it doesn't, not that it doesn't bother me, but I'm not like shocked by it. You know what I mean? Because I just thought of someone else.
Well, it's
But
not
I know.
shocking, but it's absurd. It's obnoxious.
I have one friend who he never, ever, ever, and I think this is rude, but he never looks at the waiter or waitress. He
That's
will not pick up his head to look at the waiter or waitress, and he'll kind of just like, yeah, I want this and that's it.
he makes it
And
a
I'm
point
like,
not to do that, or it's just like
it's just him.
it's just the
Frank,
way
I
he
don't-
does
I
it.
think this
Or
might be her.
he
Careful of what you say, Frank. I think this might be her husband.
No, actually, no.
Oh, okay. Because the way you
No, I
said
see-
that,
guy,
the
he's
impression
not
you
like
just
that.
did is the same impression you do of your husband.
Well, no,
No.
him, he gets
your husband's not
Mm.
like that.
embarrassed when he gives the order because I always stare at him and like just make dumb faces.
Janine
No,
is
but-
fun to be married to. I mean, she keeps it entertaining. That's what
Yeah,
I'll say.
One thing,
Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
but like, I just
Like,
yeah,
why does he do that? Did he ever tell you why he doesn't look
No.
at the wait staff? That's
Just-
obnoxious. That's absurd.
just it's just him, and I don't
he
know.
needs to get
I
over
think-
himself.
I think that there is a bigger majority of people who are awkward with waitresses and waiters than you think.
I don't understand that. They're just taking your order. It's like
And no, and I'm not just talking about like just being a dick to them, just plain awkward.
Yeah, but
Well, I
is it
get-
that, or is it people just don't know how to be socially?
Well, that's
yeah, I get that. You know, people are socially awkward. That maybe they're in front of people that they don't see a lot, and maybe they're a little nervous or whatever. I get that. That's understandable. But to like not look at the wait staff, that's like intentionally being a dick. Is that what he's doing, or is he just nervous? The guy you're talking about.
No, he's not nervous.
He's doing that because he doesn't want to make eye contact with them.
Yeah, I
Just
don't
be-
think that
just-
he thinks
That's
like he doesn't think that he should have to talk to them.
that's stupid. That guy's an asshole.
is
I don't
stupid.
know. I don't care who that is. He's an asshole.
You don't really know him, so
Good.
That's a dick move.
I'm glad.
but there are people who like I know people who are in the industry and they've said there
What
are
industry?
restaurant.
Oh, okay.
What kind of nasty
I-
question was that? What kind
No, I
of
was like-
industry?
No, I was like the podcast industry. What are you talking about? In our industry, so the waits that people are like that.
Like there's a lot of awkwardness. People don't know how to order.
That I understand. If you're awkward,
You do?
well, no, you can't help that. You know, some people get flustered when they have to speak, especially if they're at a table with a lot of people or whatever. I get that. You know, but if it's something you could control, and you're intentionally being a dick, then you're a schmuck. There's no
lot of times-
excuse for that.
As a lot of times people do not make eye contact.
Yeah, that's absurd. That's rude.
You know what this guy used to do too? The one that I used to work with. I just thought of what else he used to do.
Oh boy.
He used to be
Steal
really
salads.
no, just me. He used
Oh.
to be really creepy to the waitresses
That's uncomfortable.
and stare into their eyes and just be so creepy. Like, oh, she's, hi, my name is Lucy. I'll be wait. He's like, how are you? Wait, hold on. How are you tonight, Lucy?
Oh,
Your hair looks so pretty.
oh, come on.
What time you work until tonight?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
Ugh.
Okay, what time you work until tonight was the one that was way out of line.
Yeah,
That's
well,
I'm waiting for you in the parking lot kind of
your hair looks pretty.
Yeah,
all of
that's
it.
uncalled
That's
for.
serial killer talk.
I do like to talk to the
Mm.
waiter or waitress. Like I do. I will if they give me their name, I'll be like, hey, Cindy, how
Me
are
too.
you?
I always use
Yeah.
that name, and I'll obviously, me, I'll joke around. I mean,
You
I
make
won't-
friends with
mind.
you're friends with them. You're going out to lunch the next day.
right?
I don't mind
That's-
small talk with the staff. That's great.
It's if you ever go out. Do you know what, Janine? Do you know what Frank said to me?
Uh-oh.
I was making a joke about some shitty equipment that we have, and I go,
This
I
is
can't
before
wait.
the podcast started.
I go, I can't wait till the podcast is doing a step above, as we continue to grow. I can't wait till we do a little bit better so that I can buy the nicer equipment thing. And he goes, yeah, but then like like we might get like a studio and I'll have to go to it. And I go, I thought that would be a good thing.
I mean,
Like
I
that
said,
was
you know
like
what?
that's one of the main goals is to grow
said-
large enough that we can have a facility and work together longer and do more things. And
I
he's
said,
like, that would be
you know what I
hard.
want? Yeah, I said, you know what I'm not looking forward to? Making it big enough so where we have a studio that I have to actually drive to.
I
I
have
wanna
to
do
put
that.
pants on.
I barely want to walk down my basement
Nobody
stairs.
said anybody having to wear pants. We didn't. That would
Oh,
never
okay,
be a
good.
rule.
All right. If I
'Cause
can hang
never
my
wear
pants at the door,
pants
then I'm
during
fine.
this.
No, well, no, I'm starting to rethink this. Nobody wants to see a pantsless Frank. Nobody wants to see a pantsless me, for that matter.
Frank's legs will
I'm
blind the
pantsless
camera.
right now.
They're so white.
have
I
no
got it.
pants
I
on
got
right
it.
now.
None of us have to wear pants, but we all have to wear blindfolds.
That'll work.
Wait, it's like Frank?
I just found
Anthony?
it
Wait, all I
hysterical.
feel is like a sweater. I'm like, oh, it's Anthony.
That's Anthony.
Is that a sweater or is that your arm? All right. No, but I found it hysterical that one of the company's main goals is Frank's biggest fear.
Not a fear. This is not a fear. I just, I'm enjoying doing this from my house. I like
Convenience.
doing this from my house. Hey, listen, if it becomes if we get big enough where I have to drive to a studio, great. I'm not. It's not like I'm not going to do it. I'll do it and I'll enjoy it. But I'm enjoying walking 10 feet to this thing, to sitting down in front of the microphone 10 feet away from where I normally sit.
I enjoy being on any floor that my children aren't on. So
Yeah, Janine's just dying to get away from those kids for a few hours a day. You would be in heaven, would you not?
oh, let me just tell you something. When I drop them off at school, I feel a huge weight lifted off my
Yeah.
shoulders.
I know.
Are you one of those parents that like the first day? Were you sad the first day they went to school? Like
No.
you didn't want, like you missed them? No,
No.
you not at all. You were like,
No.
see ya.
No, because I honestly think that time away, apart from each other, is good.
Yeah,
It
There
is.
you
I
go.
get it.
I really do believe in
I
that. So
understand. I get it.
Suzanne, how about people feeling superior to
Yes,
waiters?
I hate
always
that.
see, and I feel horrible for somebody having to go get the food for me. Like I
That's
really legitimately feel bad for that.
I don't feel bad for that.
I don't,
That's-
because-
they're doing their job, and you
Yeah,
know,
and there are people out there who truly love being a waitress or a waiter. They love food. They love meeting people and making conversation,
That's
and
true.
also tips. So,
Yeah,
were you
that's
guys
true.
did you guys ever work in a restaurant?
no.
I worked in Nathan's, one of the finest restaurants out
So
there.
that'll be
Oh, come
that's a no.
A restaurant, Anthony, a restaurant.
No, I never had to. No, I was never like a waiter or anything. But I did some shitty things at Nathan's. I had to, clean grills and fryers and do all that, and service people.
I worked in my cousin's restaurant, but when I was younger, when I was like
Did
16,
you handle the food, or what did you have to do?
I would. It was like a bus girl / waitress because I was young, so
You
I
were like
I
a
couldn't-
runner. You had to run the food out.
Basically, yeah.
All right.
Got it.
And actually, a famous person came into the restaurant once.
Can you say
David
who it is?
Hasselhoff.
Semi-famous.
Let's see if we can guess.
Johnny
Where was this
Knoxville.
restaurant in Ozone Park?
Nope, in Howard Beach.
A restaurant in Howard Beach, and a famous person get in. Famous like he was in a mafia movie, or like a real famous person.
He was on the news. Like he was
Oh.
a
Joey
weatherman.
Buttafuoco. Oh, okay.
He was a what?
He was a
Al
weatherman.
Roker.
Nope. Close enough. It was on channel
Sam
4.
Champion.
Bill Evans.
Nope.
Okay.
So that's all the weather people. Hey,
Chris Cimino.
Chris
Nope.
Cimino.
You know,
How'd you keep your pants on?
well,
Don't know who
I'll
that
tell
is.
you something. He was so nice, and I'll never forget this. 16 years old, I'll never forget this. And they had like a party in the back room, his family, and his wife was gluten-free. And my uncle did not, at that time, that was not a big thing at all years
Right.
ago. So he had gotten specialty pasta, and she was so thankful, and she was just kept thanking him, and she was just so grateful, and I'll never forget that. And of course, she dies a couple of years later, and I
Oh,
felt so bad for him.
Oh,
And I sent him, I know what I did. I sent him a message on Facebook, and he wrote me back.
how sweet is that?
that's nice.
He is so nice.
You know what he
He's-
is? The anti James Corden.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, that's a sweetheart of a guy.
That's a nice
Right.
thing.
I mean, he could have acted like a dick, but he didn't.
What's his
Everybody
name again?
knew who he was at that
What
point.
was,
So
what was his name?
Chris Semino.
Chris Semino. There you go. Good guy, Chris Semino.
Yeah.
Christine Colson, and it's serve people, not service people, unless this is an X-rated restaurant.
Okay,
don't
that's
think
it.
you
I worked
misspoke.
in a place where I serviced people, so I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. I didn't make a mistake in what I said, but I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Right. And Janine was tossing salads. It was a weird. It's a
Definitely.
weird place.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. No, you know what was scary? Friends of ours were busboys at a place. Remember, Frank? And I just remember thinking, like, oh my god, I can't believe they trust you to make the fucking salads.
Oh yes, I do.
Joe and I'll say poor,
Yep.
poor Joe, but Joe, I'm like, you're making salads.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know how they got that job.
He fucking couldn't. I mean, especially that now he's kind of functional, but back then,
Hello, my brother worked in a restaurant for years.
no, see, that's dangerous. That's
That
And
how
so
they let him
did
anywhere near people's food.
no, so did my brother. I'm sorry, my husband, and so did his brother. Different places. But they did not
pity the
work there
people.
long.
I pity anyone who ate at that establishment.
your brother definitely put fingers and penises in food items.
Ask
for
him.
sure.
I don't think he would do that. Unless they try to make out with his girlfriend.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. He does live by a code. You have to appreciate that.
There is a code.
You're safe as long as you don't mess around with his wife.
All are equal under the code. So James
I know.
Corden. All right. So you still don't like him, even though he apologized?
No, okay. Here's the other thing. The last bit of thing, and I kind of can forgive this, but somebody sent me a clip of Jimmy Kimmel went
Mhm.
on. I don't know if he was on He was on Corden's show, and they were playing some game where they asked questions. And one of the questions that Jimmy Kimmel asked James Corden was name two people on the floor, meaning his own crew. Give me their names. And James Corden was hysterical laughing because he couldn't do it.
Oh.
And then
man.
he said, we have a whole new crew tonight. He made a joke and like everybody laughed. But I don't know. I couldn't tell if he was literally just doing a bit or if there was some
If he really
realness
didn't
behind
know
it.
their names.
Because if he just goes, there's Tom and there's Larry, then that's not fun for
It's
anybody.
not funny.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Well, he could have done. No, you know what?
Sorry.
Anybody who knew would have done that bit and then named them.
Yeah, but they cut the clip right there. I don't know if he actually did or not. And I wasn't going to
Oh.
research it. So
Yeah, right.
that's that.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Leona. I hope I said that right. I waited on Joe Pesci. Dick. Dave Navarro. Awesome. Carmen Electra. Sweetheart.
Oh, Joe Pesci was a dick.
Oh, I like this filter. What? Talking to myself.
Let's see the filter. Let me see. Shall I hold it up?
What
No.
filter?
You're on camera. We can see you on camera. And I'm just seeing your house.
Oh, you want me to take a picture of it?
You
Well,
said I
let's
like
see the
this filter.
filter.
And you just took a selfie.
All right, I'll send. Okay.
Are you taking selfies? What's the filter?
It says Wednesday on it.
Yeah, I do like it. It makes my eyebrows look good too.
Women are so weird. My wife does the same
I
thing.
didn't see a difference, except for that script writing. That's all I saw.
She's like, my wife sends me pictures. She's like, look at this filter. And meanwhile, she looks like a Kardashian had way too much.
Yeah, I'm like, can I
Face
look
work
like
done.
this, please? I mean, come
What
on.
do you say back?
I go, you're beautiful the way you. I'm like, you look like a monster right now.
Aw.
And you're beautiful. But in her deranged mind, she sees it the opposite.
Yep.
Which I'll
Looks
never
great,
understand.
babe.
See, now
Yeah.
that's. Can you send my roommate exactly your response so like he knows what to say when I send him the same ones?
I mean, these women, these plastic surgery, their lips are like, they look like tire lips like this. And they're like, don't I look beautiful? No.
No, I
Just
have
be
to
wrinkly.
say, Khloe Kardashian. She does not. She looks like a totally different person.
Way
She
different.
looks like if she sneezed, her face would explode.
Mhm.
She and I get wanting, to enhance yourself. I have no problem with that, but she just totally looks totally different. It doesn't even look like her.
And I'll tell you this too. I mean, God forbid, we all know there's a little bit of a nuclear issue right now. If that shit goes down, she's gonna melt entirely. There's no way she survives
Or she
that.
might be protected from all the,
Yeah.
I don't know. Plastic
who
has
knows
a
what they put in there.
lower boiling point than bones. I think. I'm not sure, but I think
That could be.
that's my estimate. All right, let's address Joe Pesci being a dick. Here's the thing with celebrities. I really and truly think you have to give them all a pass.
Yeah.
Meaning,
Unless
you
Leona
could,
is short for spider, I can't see what did Joe Pesci do?
No, but I'm
Did he
just-
shoot you when you didn't give him a drink?
Yeah, I would like to. That's a good question, Frank. Excellent question. Did he make you dance for the drinks? Like you?
Oh, I
Um,
haven't dug a hole before.
I could see him being a dick.
I mean, I can see him being a dick too, but listen, everybody has. Okay, so and I see this on TikTok all the time. People that will talk about their celebrity encounter, and then they're like, "Let me tell you about the time I saw this person. They were a dick," and I'm looking at them going, "You have fucking crazy eyes. I would curl back from you if I saw you. Like, there's a reason why they're not the wonderful, charming personality that you see on television and in movies because you're a fucking creeper. That's why they're having such." A negative reaction to you,
Yeah.
and I just feel like they could just be having a bad day, or they're fucking moms in the hospital, or what. You have no idea. Like if they're not, shiny and happy and doing a performance for you, people get like a little crazy with some of these
Yeah.
celebrity people.
That's true. They expect the celebrity to be like, oh, to be on.
Yeah, that's
and
Janine. We just
entertaining.
described Janine. Janine expects them to be like totally on and be their characters.
Yeah, do lines from your movies with me. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna do that.
Every celebrity encounter I've had has been pretty good, with the exception of the guy from
Constantine.
American. What's it called? I was gonna say American Horror Story. Well, it was American
Idol.
Horror Story.
It is
Idol.
American. You're right. It is.
But
I haven't
To
had
his
a bad celebrity
defense-
encounter. I don't think.
what I said was not really. I didn't mean it the way it came out, and that's why he wasn't really nice.
Exactly. But can I say something?
What?
Your self-awareness right now is what 99% of people flat out don't have. They don't have that. And they act like that person was such a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? And like that for nothing. How many times do you think people say stupid things to him, or any celebrity too?
All
Not
fucking
only
day.
that, it's the celebrity might just want to go about their daily life, and if they wave hi or they just keep going, that to some people is them being a dick. Like
Also,
they didn't stop and take 1,000
Right.
pictures with me. It's like no, they don't have
Also,
to do that.
No, I wasn't
Let's
pointing at
be
you, Janine. I
honest.
was pointing at Paul's comment. I said curl
Sure.
back when I meant recoil, like a dick.
let's
We
be
all knew. We all knew what you meant.
let's be
Idiot.
We speak
totally
fluent,
honest
Anthony.
here.
Go ahead.
Come on.
You expect these celebrities to be so nice. Take a look around your own friends. How many of your own friends are actually really nice? Okay,
I have none. If I could be totally honest.
maybe
with you.
one.
One, Lee. Lee is nice. That's it. No, he pretends to be nice.
I know. I was just trying to be nice right now too, so you could say, "Oh, see, Janine's nice right now."
See, you were trying to score nice points. See, I knew it. I
Okay.
knew it.
But let's be honest. Are any
Yeah,
of
but
your
we're around
friends
each other a lot.
actually
If you
nice?
you run into a celebrity and you catch them once and they're maybe in a mood or they don't stop and say hello to you, a lot of people consider that dick behavior, but it's just them just wanting to get on their way. That's not being a dick. If they stopped and went, fuck you, that's them being a dick. But, if they're just trying to get somewhere and someone's hassling them and they don't stop,
Right.
that's not, I don't think that's dick behavior. Unless they're
No.
at an event where they should be schmoozing and talking to people. If they're just
No,
like out of the store or something, then they have no
even so,
obligation to
but
do
I'm
anything.
saying even so, take a look at our group. We're 14, right?
Yeah.
How many of us are actually really nice? And you know what? Out of 14 celebrities, like you can't expect them to all be so nice. Because how
Yeah,
many,
to
like I
a
said, how
total
many in
stranger.
our group is so nice?
One, we literally have one. Your brother's wife is the only nice person that we really have. That's
And
it.
even her, no, I'm just kidding.
I'd say I'm
just
sure
kidding.
she can be nasty at times. I've just not seen it.
No, I don't even mean like, when you meet
I
someone,
think
you're
all the
like,
women
wow,
in our
that
group are
person's like,
nice.
No, false.
yeah,
Okay.
no, that person's really nice. How many times do you really
I
say
think
that
it's-
nowadays?
I think the women in our group are nice, and I think
Even me, Frank.
two of the men in
He's
the group
avoiding
are
the
nice.
question. Even me, Frank.
You're nice too. You don't do anything
Oh,
not nice.
She's not nice. What are you talking about?
What not nice thing does she do?
You don't know because you're in your house all the time. You don't come out and
See?
socialize with
That's
people.
fine.
and every time
Maybe-
after you
maybe-
leave a party early,
That's why I leave.
I'm just so mean.
Everybody
just so
seems nice
nasty.
when you see them for 15 minutes and then you leave.
That's how you should live your life. Then everybody gets 15 minutes. You'd be nice for 15 minutes. That's something we could all do, and then you leave. And you could be
all
dicks
right.
when you leave.
All right, let's go to Kanye. Kanye West was on Piers Morgan. He
Speaking of dicks.
apologized after Piers Morgan tried to get him to apologize for like 15 minutes.
Oh God.
It was pretty hysterical. And
Unbelievable.
but then eventually he kind of snapped back and was like, you're making me apologize. I'm not really that sorry. Like he still defended what he said, but he did after like 4 minutes technically apologize. But I will tell you this, the guy is, here's the thing. Like I say this all the time. You can't argue with here, listen to this. You ready? Let me play a little bit.
Going to challenge you on what you're saying. I think you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments. And I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh my God. God
Wait, I have
forbid.
hold on. I have to go back. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Forbid one comment
Hold on.
could cause. You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking about. I'm not a Karen.
To the pain.
I'm not a Karen. I'm not.
That's how he started. You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen. How could you not fucking appreciate this guy's character?
I don't.
I'm going to cancel you, and I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying. I think you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments. And I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh my God. God forbid one comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through for years. Even like the blacks being ushered to the left during the civil rights movement. No one has cared about black people.
All right.
No one is.
Let me say, I agree that the racism against black people has been utterly deplorable, shameful, unacceptable. And thank God the world is beginning to move to a better place about the way it has treated black people like you. However, one form of racism doesn't justify.
It's almost in a better place.
But one form of racism doesn't justify another.
It's not a better place.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm finishing my sentence so you can respond. One form of racism. It is racism when you say I'm going death for Jewish people.
I was in a position where I've been hurt, and this is the way I had the right to express myself. The point of this interview is for you to question me and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has three other people in the car, they're all going to jail. I'm not going to apply that to Jewish people for the sake of this conversation. Isn't that what you wanted? But you know what you did? You tried to civil rights me. You tried to pull me back to a week ago. But we're here today. There's been plenty of conversations and commentary since that. But you want me to go back to 1960.
No.
You want me to go back to 7 days ago.
All right, let me jump in.
You know what I'm saying? Don't civil rights me, Frank. Don't make me go back 7 days ago. We're here now. I mean, how could you hold on a second? How could you argue with that argument? Don't bring me back to 7 days ago. We're here now. How would you say?
So we're not going to talk about anything you said before this very second.
This guy's off his rocker. Here's the thing, though. Who's crazy? The crazy person or the person that argues with the crazy person?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think it's the person that
I'm
argues
not a
with
huge
the crazy
fan
No,
of
I
Piers
don't know about
Morgan
that.
either, but he's kind of right in this. He's basically
He's
Kanye. He
definitely
could have
right.
what he could have said is there's 2 or 3 people that were screwing me over, but he chose to say Jewish people, which has nothing to do with anything. You know, why are you pointing out their Jewish heritage? That's where the racism comes in. It doesn't that has nothing to do with whoever. Even if 3 people screwed you over or whatever happened, I don't even know the whole situation. But even if 2 or 3 people screwed you over and they all happen to be Jewish, them being Jewish has nothing to do with them screwing you over. It's just that they screwed you over.
A lot to cut out here, but you want me to I'll get to the part where he apologizes finally. You tell me if it's sincere or
I don't
not.
think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not. You know, I will say I'm sorry for the people that I hurt with the DEFCON, the confusion that I call. I feel like I cause hurt and confusion. And I'm sorry for the families of the people that had nothing to do with the trauma that I had been through, and that I use my platform where you say hurt people, and I was hurt.
It's an uncensored interview. You said something which you.
So that was basically his apology.
Yeah, no.
He did say though, he did go on. So Piers Morgan says, I think that said a lot about you. And then he basically says, like, you beat me into an apology.
I think
Right.
someone like you, with all your energy and creativity and your passion, you're going to say stuff. The way that you talk constantly and in such an extraordinary manner, you're going to trip up. You're going to say things the wrong way. I don't think there's anything wrong in when you do that, doing what you just did. And say, look, I'm sorry, I crossed the line, I apologize.
I want to say that it's wrong to hold an apology hostage, and I got to let go of that and free myself of the trauma.
I've never heard anybody say you held an apology hostage. That's great.
Oh,
No,
you know what
he's
though? I'm
saying
going to
he
use that in my
himself-
next. I'm going to use that in my next argument with the roommate.
Yeah, you should.
You're
He was
holding
saying
your
that-
apology hostage. Okay.
Janine, I
was
will
saying
give
that
you
he
all
held
the
it.
money in my pocket if in your next argument with your husband you go, don't civil rights me. Don't take me back to 7 days ago. Let's talk about now. You should say that.
Oh,
He doesn't
I
have any
should
money
say
in his
that.
pocket.
Even better, you should. I don't. Good point, Frank. But you should be like, don't take me back to 7 minutes ago when I said the thing that upset you. Let's stick with it now. That's going to be my argument to people moving forward.
Here's the thing, though, because I always go back, like to high school when he looked at that girl's ass, but said he was looking at her shoes. So I can't really say that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think that's
true.
over now. You can't hold that over him anymore. It's over.
You want to bet, Frank?
Be careful, Frank.
Oh,
You'll
you
get dragged into
can.
this.
But all right, I'm out of it. But no, I mean,
Do you want to
'cause
hear
there
the
was a-
voicemail that he left Michael Rappaport?
Oh wait, hold on
Sure.
1 minute. I was playing this last night, and my husband, my roommate, and he's like, "What is that?" He walks into the room. I'm like, "It's," I still say "ye." It's "ye," and he's like, "Why would Michael Rappaport?" I said, "I don't know exactly, but I'm just trying to listen to it." And go ahead, play it because it's very good.
well,
No, it's a good question. I don't know why Michael Rappaport. I'm not sure.
well, here's
Correct number, right, fam?
That's his
Michael,
number.
because he didn't.
That's his number, bro.
Michael
That's his number.
Rappaport. This is Ye. Yo, bro, check this out, fam. You are trying to take away my free speech, bro. And although you got connections with all of your friends, fam, that's blocking me from Instagram and Twitter and all those other platforms that's trying to silence me, bro, you called me a crackpot, fam. Yo, bro, check this out, Michael Rappaport. You think you so tough? I'm gonna treat you like I treat Meek Mill and Puff Daddy, fam. Yo, fuck you, Michael Rappaport. When I catch you, bro, it's gonna be on, fam. You don't know what a crackpot is, fam. I'm not no crack baby, bro. Check this out. I'm going DEFCON 3 on you, bro. When I see you, Michael Rappaport, you better have your security with you, fam. Don't you ever go to Chicago. Don't ever go to Malibu. This is correct number.
so he openly threatened him.
Yeah, but there's so much to love there. Like, why does he keep calling him fam?
I
don't know.
Your name?
I don't know.
Why
The
did
guy,
he call?
he's off his.
Why
He's
is he
off his
calling
ro-
you
He's out
your
of his
name?
mind.
He
The guy has
fucking
problems.
he called Michael Rappaport, who is is he a ginger? Would you say?
Oh, yes, he is.
Okay,
I don't know. Is he redhead or blonde? I don't know. I thought he was blonde.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think he thinks Michael Rappaport is Mark Zuckerberg because he blamed him for getting Kanye blocked off of
Oh.
Instagram, and they kind of look. They look like they could be cousins, basically.
This guy.
That's
I'm
racist.
sorry, but this guy, he needs help.
Okay.
He needs some serious
I
help. Not
have-
only is he calling out people and yelling at Jewish people for no reason, but now he's calling up Michael Rappaport.
Is Michael Rappaport Jewish? Is this part of the whole Jewish
I have
thing?
no idea. I don't know,
I
but
have such a terrible dislike for Michael Rappaport.
why?
I just think he's an asshole.
Why?
And I don't any character that he's played, I don't like him.
You don't like his characters.
I just don't. I don't like his characters. I don't like his stand up. I think his whole yelling bit is not funny. Ugh, and plus, he's a ginger, so I don't trust him. There you go.
I just
I
he
thought
calls up Michael Rappaport and openly threatens him. I mean,
Eh,
what the fuck is that? We're not children. here.
how
You're-
funny?
You're adults. What are you doing?
You know what
How
I find? Go ahead.
How funny would it have been if he said at the end, "And you know what? You're a ginger, and I'll fucking trust you, fam."
My thing is, did he actually threaten him because he said you can't come to
Yeah.
Chicago? If I'm
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport, I'd be like, that ain't a threat. I don't want to go to fucking Chicago. Chicago
That's
sucks
true.
balls. Who wants to go there?
That's true.
Right.
But he was like, "I'm gonna next time I see you, I'm going." He pulled out the I don't know if he said Death or Def Con 3. And he said, "You
I thought
better
he
have
said
your
Def
security
Cam,
with
to be
you."
honest with you. It sounded like a camera this
I
time
don't know.
around.
I don't think he's getting it right. He didn't get it right in the tweet, and I don't know if he got it right now.
He's not gotten it
But-
right once.
But even the apology before, what you were playing before, he apologized, but there was a tinge of I caused confusion. Like he said what he said, but he said he was sorry for the confusion.
Right.
Yeah.
Which kind of is like a half, like it's almost. I'm not putting words in his mouth, but it's almost I'm sorry you got confused by what I said.
Mhm. Be careful because
You know
you
what I
can
mean?
get a voice. You're inching your way to a voicemail with your
Hey,
comments,
if
right?
he has my number,
Next.
he could call.
You're next.
I like how he's talking to his friend. Like, is this Michael Rappaport? And the guy's like, yeah, it's Michael Rappaport. Is this Michael Rappaport? Like, the guy's gonna lie to him. Like, he's like, yeah, it's Michael Rappaport.
No, fam.
Just- Why? What did Michael? I'd love to know what happened between him and Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, I don't know
Number
what
one.
I
Number two,
literally think he thinks Michael Rappaport owns Facebook. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
And number two, why do you just call someone and start yelling like a lunatic on their voicemail? This guy, there's obviously something's going on with him. And the people, whoever gave him that number, the guy who was like, yeah, that's Michael. He should be one of the people that's like, no, I'm not giving you this number. You're just gonna go off like a lunatic.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see him go back out on tour, play his hits, and just to smooth it all over, bring Modest Yahoo with him to open the show. I think now we're talking, and I would pay for tickets for that. I'd pay for those tickets. Modest Yahoo with Kanye. That's a show.
That'd be something.
It's a
He's a
fucking
good
show.
guy
Right
on the
there.
show.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I think there was one more. He went on what's it called? Andrew Cuomo's brother's show. What's fucking
Oh.
Fredo? What's his name?
Chris Cuomo.
Thank
I
you.
know why he left him those voicemails
Oh, why?
because he said something about him on Instagram. He said, "I defended you, you dusty prick," and then I guess that's when he sent him that voicemail this week.
Everybody has been saying stuff about Kanye for the last since he came out with the Jewish thing. Everybody's been like denouncing him. A lot of celebrities have been coming out and saying this guy's nuts. This guy needs help. This guy is anti-Semitic. Is everything.
Well, hold on. I was there. I defended you when Pistol Pete Davidson was shagging your wife. So he brought up Pistol Pete.
Oh, that's what
There you go.
Michael Rappaport said?
Yeah.
You know, Michael Rappaport was good in Higher Learning. You ever see that movie? That movie made me afraid to go to college.
No.
Yeah.
as a really fucked up movie. A good movie, but it's like what happens in the movie is fucked up. He was good in that too. Played a skinhead, racist. Was outstanding. I don't know if it was a stretch for him or not. I don't know him personally, but I'll tell you when Michael Rappaport started annoying me on Instagram and TikTok, where he would play somebody's video and then he would scream over it like he was there.
Yeah.
Like, did you see
That's why I
that?
don't like him.
I never
He
saw
like
that.
that's why I said he just screams.
I saw
But
a
it
few
would-
things that he did. That was funny.
It would be like somebody would be doing something weird on a subway, and then he'd be like, "What are you doing, man? What are you?" And like he's screaming like he's actually there, but he wasn't there.
Mm.
And he's like, "I'm gonna call the cops." Like he would do weird shit like that, and I'm like, he's just trying to get views and make himself sound like he. I don't know. It seemed very disingenuous on a platform where literally you steal from people, and that's what makes it funny. And he found a way to fuck that up. I feel. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that's the bit. Is that the shtick that he's doing that to sound like he's there?
It's just
I
disingenuous.
don't
There's
know.
a way
I
to like
never saw it.
you could duet or do something, but he made it sound like he was actually there, like doing shit.
There's one video that's pretty funny that I saw. I don't know about the screaming thing, but there's a video where he's in his yard and this cat comes up to his house, and it's like a weird looking cat, and just the way he's talking, it's a funny like 60-second video.
I wonder if
funny.
that's really his house, because that might have been one of those videos where he just pretended like he was there.
It wasn't him, because I think he adopted that cat. I think there's future videos where he looks at the cat, and yeah.
Okay. Quickly on Trump, I promised Deneen once, and we'll go past it fast. He's gonna go up for a deposition. Some woman accused him of raping her back in the day.
Yep.
And then he said that he didn't do it, and he said a bunch of shit about her, and now she's suing him not for the original thing, for defamation. And so now he's going to have to go sit for a deposition.
Oh.
So, I mean, honestly, I don't know how this guy, I just feel like it's coming at him from 17 different directions. I don't know how he can possibly dodge every one of those bullets.
Good. Well, I don't fucking take. When you shit this much, eventually the smell's gonna get to you. I don't even know if that's a phrase, but I just made it. I just made it a phrase.
It's not bad. McDonald's limited edition adult Happy Meal toys are being listed on eBay for $300,000.
You're lying, because I got 2 of them yesterday for my kids.
Did you?
I did.
You gave
What
the
were
toys.
they?
Adult Happy Meal. No, I got the
All right, now
bucket.
you owe me an apology, and I want a real one, not a Kanye one.
Sorry,
Sorry, you
fam.
got confused about the adult Happy Meal
I
and the
didn't
kids
get
Happy Meal.
confused.
All right.
Wait, what's the adult? Well, I guess it's
Yeah, what are the toys
kind of
being
toy?
offered in the?
I hope it vibrates. Heyo.
And if they're $300,000, I mean, can't you just go to a McDonald's and get them, or are they like that limited?
No, well, yeah,
Yes.
they're
Yeah, answer all these questions, fam. Now.
Yeah,
They're
answer them all
at-
once.
they are at McDonald's. You can still get them, but supposedly they sell out all the
Yeah.
time. Like, remember
Do
we
we
did
know
the
what the
story that
toys
people
are?
are, the employees are fucking pissed off that that people are coming in and like they can't handle the the pressure of the
feel
the
like,
whole
though,
fucking
that's-
thing.
I mean, I feel like that's McDonald's though. That's whenever they come out with anything, the store's gonna get busy. The McRib comes back, it's gonna get busy. The McFlurry, it's gonna get a rush of people. That's not
First
this
of all,
thing.
the
It's just
McRib,
more
I can't
business.
believe that hasn't murdered more people. I can't believe there's not more people out there going.
I
my
once
cousin-
ordered a McRib years ago. I bit into a huge chunk of the sandwich, and I got 0 rib, I guess it would be, and all sauce. It was just a mouthful of whatever sauce that's in.
Ew.
And I was like, oh, it
Did
just
it
hit me
smell
the wrong
bleachy?
way. It did not. It
I was going to
bad,
say,
like
consider
barbecue
yourself
sauce.
lucky. I think you dodged a
Right.
bullet there by not eating that fake meat.
Yeah.
If I could be totally honest with you. The toys, here's the thing. They're reminiscent of the toys that we had growing up as children, except they
Right.
all have double the amount of eyes, as if we are all crackpots on acid.
Why do they have 2 eyes? 4 eyes? Why? What
weird.
is that?
Drugs.
Why wouldn't they make them normal the way they were?
Well, forget normal. I mean, I could recognize 3 characters. Who's the fucking homeless guy outside the McDonald's character? Second from the. I don't know if that's right or left. I don't know if I'm backwards or not.
Not that guy. The one with the baseball cap
This guy.
and the
Who
t-shirt.
the hell is that
Yeah,
guy?
I don't know what that is.
That's
Anybody in
Charlie, the
chat?
McDonald's crackhead that hangs outside asking for dollars.
Does anybody
He's
in the
cute.
chat know who that is? I don't know. I
Janine, did
feel like
you just
what is
say
it?
he's cute?
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Why do they have 4 eyes? Why would they do that?
I don't know. And listen, I don't think people like 300,000 is ridiculous, but I did look it up, and it is. There are some that are selling for crazy amounts of money.
That's insane. I wonder how fast they're running out of these things.
Well,
Because
now
if
I'm
they're
gonna have to
selling for
try to buy one tomorrow.
$300,000, what do they have? 1 per store?
No, McDonald's isn't selling it. They're selling it on eBay for 300,000.
That's what I'm saying. I know, but how rare are these things? I feel like that.
Oh,
Even if they have a few dozen in every store, they can't be that rare.
yeah. Well,
That-
you know how it is. One dickhead puts it on for 300,000, and it becomes a story.
Yeah.
But like I said, like if you go on eBay and you look, like there are some that are selling for like $60, you know, $120.
Even that's high.
Crazy for a free toy that comes with a meal. And by the way, these are not crazy. It's just 10-piece McNugget and a Big Mac. That's the adult Happy Meal.
And I
Right.
bet every time you go, you're gonna get that yellow thing in the t-shirt. You're not gonna get one of the good ones.
Yeah, probably. Do you remember that movie? Fuck. Whoa.
Yeah, that one.
There was a
was a good
movie
movie.
where it took place back in like the 50s,
Oh, good.
and it was
Oh, it
about
was black and white because Janine didn't watch it.
No.
it was about a family, and part of the movie was this family would go to the movie theater every week, the local theater, when it was like the movie of the week, you know, and they'd have the one movie.
Yeah.
They would go to the theater, and the promotion at the movie theater was they were giving away a plate set, and it was like the gravy bowl and the soup bowls and all this stuff. And the
Right.
shtick in the movie is every week they go and there's some delay for the rest of the thing, and so they keep giving out the gravy bowls, and all the women get crazy upset, and then the mom in the movie finally gets pissed off at the end and throws the gravy bowl at the manager of the movie and hits him in the head, and then everybody starts throwing the gravy bowls
Oh, God.
because he said bring in the gravy bowls and we'll exchange it for the new thing for that week, but it never comes. And then she loses her I fucking can't remember. And they used to the kids would like battle the tops.
Oh,
Does
that sounds
Does
terrible.
anybody know what I'm talking
Was it a
about?
comedy?
No.
Yeah, it was like a
Did
comedy.
you dream this?
It'll come to me. I'm going to look it up and think of
Anybody
Did
in
they
it?
play this in your parents' complex before they all like started having sex with each other?
it. No, but it just reminded me of that, where it's like every week it's the same. It's the shitty prize. You never get the thing that you really,
Yeah.
which started this whole thing for to begin with.
You're gonna get that bullshit T-shirt guy with the hat,
Right.
and when you really want is the 4-eyed grimace for some reason.
Right.
Absolutely, Paul. Exactly. So like you keep getting this same toy over and over. No thanks. Unless they all vibrate, and then it's okay.
Yeah.
It's funny because grimace is the face that you make when you shove that thing up your ass, which I think is how he got his name. Did I make that joke already?
No,
But
that was a good one.
Okay.
That was good.
It's hard to keep track of the stupidity when there's so much coming out at all times.
Right.
Let me do this bathroom bill thing quickly,
Oh boy. What
and
is
then we
this
have to
now?
talk about, and then we have one more topic after that.
And what's that?
It's a surprise topic.
Can we do this surprise now? Because I'm
Just give me-
getting tired.
Just give me 2 seconds.
That's what she said.
Down in Florida, DeSantis just signed a bill where
Piece of shit.
Oh my god.
I can't even get even the first
He
sentence
can't.
in.
He's a piece of shit. Go ahead.
He signed a bill where kids in Florida public schools and schools that are funded by the Florida state government have to go to the bathroom of the biological sex, the sex that they were born into. They have to go into those bathrooms. They can't use another bathroom. And people are super upset because obviously the transgender people are like pissed. And then you have the not transgender people that are like, I don't want my daughter going to use a bathroom with a boy that's 4 years older, you know, like, which I could understand that argument too. But I just want to say this, and I'll let you guys comment if you want. So he signs this bill where they have to use the bathroom of the biological sex that they were born into. Now, I don't know about you, but my kids are in a school that has 3 or 4 grades in it, first, second, third, and kindergarten.
Right.
And there's 75 bathrooms in this fucking school. Like, and I'm thinking back at our high school, there was a bathroom on every fucking floor.
Yeah.
There was 4 floors.
At least one. There's more
in the building.
2 on every. Yeah.
So my point is, for bringing this up, because everybody wants to scream and yell and make this a whole political thing, but here's why this bill upsets me. Because again, I can understand both people's concern in that situation, because on the one hand, you don't want to, being a transgender kid is going to be fucking tough enough. You don't want to have to face further obstacles. And then you're sitting there and you're a daughter of a 4-year-old girl. You don't want her sharing the bathroom with a 10-year-old boy. I get that too. But can't you, signing this bill makes it worse for the transgender kids.
Of course it does.
And can't you just look at this logically and say, okay, in every school or in every, you have 3 bathrooms on a floor, make one the bathroom that everybody could use. What difference does it make? It's not the girls' room. It's not the boys' room. It's just the bathroom that you want to go to. How is that not a solution that gets offered up in these scenarios? Explain this to me.
Or make the bathrooms 1 in, 1 out.
But every school has a lot of bathrooms. You could make the one bathroom in the fucking school the bathroom that anybody can use if they want. It's the free bathroom. You just go and do whatever, except for the drugs. You have to make sure the kids don't drug. Just make the one bathroom. Give them the bathroom, and then everybody can go in there and feel. The people that are comfortable to go in there can just go in there, and everybody can be happy. Is that a crazy thought?
That's an option.
You tell me if I'm nuts.
That's one of them. There's an argument though that, like, all right, you talk about the 6-year-old goes in the bathroom with the 10-year-old boy,
right?
So if there's a 10-year-old girl who goes into that bathroom, maybe what's to stop the 10-year-old girl from doing something crazy? It's the same.
Well, if it's my daughter or Janine's daughter, this is a valid point, because they have
whoa.
that shit out of their fucking mind. I wouldn't trust my daughter in the bathroom with any other human being. I'd be worried for that other human being, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, it's not like, make it all stalls. You get your own stall. You don't have to, go in front of anybody. It's all, I just don't know. It's like a public restroom.
I guess my point is there's a solution where you can satisfy everybody. Why isn't that the answer?
Because they're not looking to satisfy everybody. They're looking to satisfy the people that are voting for them. That's it.
How about this? You know my feeling on public restrooms.
Yeah, avoid them at all costs. I'm with you on that one, sister.
Single stalls, single stalls, single stalls.
Also a valid, yeah.
Yeah, just have one in, 1 out. That's
also
it.
Works.
Because honestly, I don't like. How I.
Girl goes in, same girl comes out. Then the next one, a guy goes in, guy comes out. Same, yeah.
Because what's weird? Like, you go around New York City, especially in like the bars and the clubs, like that's kind of the deal anyway. And like, what's like strange? Like, how many clubs have you gone to where it's a unisex bathroom anyway? Like, that was kind of the trend as we were phasing out of clubs. Everybody was just going to them unisex bathrooms.
It's just a toilet. That's it. You got one toilet, one sink. That's it.
It's tell you what happened.
It's hard in schools to do the single because you got to move a lot of people in and out, No.
If you have like a bathroom with, like, let's say there's 5 stalls, you make it so that it's one, like, you make it so that the door leading to the bathroom, there's 5 doors leading to the bathroom now, and each door goes to one stall. So now you have 5 bathrooms.
Who's going to love that idea? The fucking door people. They're going to fucking love it.
There you go.
Big door and big knobs and hinges. They're going to fucking fund the shit out of that political action committee. Big knobs. They're going to be like, this is a great idea. I'm sorry, but at any given school, there's fucking 17 bathrooms. You could make this work. You don't have to be a dick about it, which I feel like everybody's being in this particular instance.
I don't.
All right, that's it. Frank held a super spreader event disguised as his birthday.
Okay.
Since we last talked about since I last pointed out how horrible your birthday was, we've learned that your sister-in-law has COVID and is on her deathbed.
She's not on her deathbed. She's doing fine.
Your mom got COVID and on her deathbed.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm starting to feel sick too.
And now Janine is starting to feel a little under the weather.
Are you feeling sick? Well, I don't know what to tell you. It was everybody's vaccinated for the most part.
Wow. I knew he was going to throw that in there.
We know that doesn't work though, right?
Right. Doesn't work.
It'll keep us from dying, but why'd you have to have a super spreader event?
We had a party. We're allowed to have parties. It's not against the rules.
I just want to say one thing though, Frank. You know I love you. You know I love you.
Here comes the big but.
I'm going to question that, but go ahead.
And if it was one of us who had a party with having COVID, testing for COVID a week before, you wouldn't have come. You wouldn't have come.
You're over it. Yeah, we waited the mandatory time, and we were over it.
And you would have
left early.
That's true. I would have done that.
You wouldn't have come to the party. I just know it. I just know it.
What haven't I come to? I come to parties.
If
you haven't shown up for this episode, that much I know.
If I said I have COVID and I'm still gonna have my party a week later, you would go nuts. Your head would spin like The Exorcist, and you would say, "I cannot believe you're having this party." I know it, and it's okay. It's okay. But
okay.
Yes, Frank.
Okay. It's fine. I'm sick of arguing about this.
I'm not arguing, but it's true.
2020 Frank would not have come. 2021 Frank?
No.
I don't know about 2022 Frank. Although Frank is 6 months behind the rest of us. He's 6 months behind the rest of us on these things.
I'm following the rules.
Frank.
Jason.
And you would have killed me if I didn't wear a mask.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would have demanded you wear a full body suit like Back to the Future when he's wearing.
But you just said you're gonna wear in the last episode. You said you're gonna wear a mask now again in public. Is you gonna still do that or no?
I don't know. I have it with me. It's in my pocket. If I see everybody,
I do remember that you said it at the supermarket.
Then I'll wear it.
In his defense, we weren't at the supermarket, Janine. We were at a close party with a lot of people breathing on each other.
You weren't passing around food. And you see how I looked down on you when you were passing around the food.
You looked down on me?
No, on Anthony.
I passed around the food? Yeah.
Like the waiter. Oh, you're not getting my joke.
Yeah. Oh, I see. We didn't make any eye contact.
That took me a second.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
Huh?
I don't know, Frank. Would you have come if I had COVID and then I invited you to my party? Would you have been mad at me?
No. It was over a week later. We were over it and not contagious anymore. So that was it.
How about this? What about if I didn't tell you?
Tell me what? Whatever.
That I had
if you're
COVID
not contagious anymore, it's fine.
All right. We'll see.
As long as you follow the rules. That's all.
All right. Okay. I don't even know what are the rules at this point. I have no clue.
So then
it
what are you
changes.
busting my balls for?
There are none anymore. There's no more rules.
Yeah,
Hold on. Let's see. CDC quarantine guidelines.
My question is how many people do you think have to die, Frank, just so you can have a good time?
A good amount.
Just so you can get Metallica whiskey. Now everybody's got to be sick.
Got a lot of that.
Be honest with me. Did you buy stock in Pfizer before you had the party?
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's a rumor going around our friend group that I may or may not have started.
It's a good rumor.
So it looks 5 days you have to stay inside.
Yeah, we did that.
And then
But to his defense, Frank banked 320 days prior to getting
That's true.
COVID. Is that
he's like, what if I use these days for these days?
They carry over.
Oh, it does say if you had symptoms, you have to isolate through day 10.
No,
Any
that's
symptoms?
not the rule anymore. It's 5 days.
CDC website. CDC.
What does the
Website.
World Health Organization say? Maybe he went by those rules.
Like I said, different rules. I don't know. And then on the bottom, there's a link to a zombie
That he's got
apocalypse
covered.
guide.
That he's got covered. I'll tell you what. I am thinking about hiding in that bomb shelter you call a party venue in case the zombie apocalypse goes down, because they'll never find you down there.
That's true.
That
hidden pretty
place-
well.
That place was a fallout shelter in the 50s. And you'll never convince me otherwise.
It was good. That
It
was
looked pretty solid down
There are
there.
no windows, baby.
None whatsoever.
Problem is, I think there's like one way in, one way out. I don't know though. I'm sure there's another way in.
God, I hope not. We'll have to seal it all up. Now, let me ask you a question. Did you test yourself before the party?
Did
Or no? You were like, fuck
no,
these
but
people.
Yeah, I was like, fuck these people.
I mean, I would, I didn't give a shit either, but it feels like Janine is upset that you were very follow the rules and perhaps a little loosey goosey this time around. Is that a
followed the
fair
rules.
assessment, Janine? Is that what you're saying?
What was loosey goosey?
I just think if it was me, he would not have come to the party.
Well, I just plain don't like you two guys. So
Okay.
that's fair.
I stand by this. 2020 Frank, no. 2021 Frank, I 50-50 chance. Now that we're in 2022, he might have come.
Yeah, it's less. It's not. The way.
Well, let
was
me
this
ask
a-
you.
Was
Do you,
this the?
thi-
Go ahead.
do you think that your sister-in-law and your mother got it from you guys?
I don't think so, because my sister-in-law has like a stomach thing with it, and we didn't have that. We didn't have. It's so. She didn't
Everybody
get that
has
strain
different-
from us.
Different symptoms.
But they're saying the strain causes that particular strain causes stomach problems. We didn't have any stomach problems.
You know what I think? I think she probably shouldn't have gotten vaccinated because I ain't had any of the symptoms. So
You're not letting that go, are you?
I can't.
You're
I
still
can't.
fighting that fight.
no, I'm half kidding.
I don't know if they got it from you, but do you think they got it from the party?
I have no idea. It's only it's two people from that are in the same neighborhood. I think they see each other a lot. I don't know.
Do you feel bad enough to give them one of the 47 Metallica whiskeys you received at the party?
If they want to have them,
I think that'd be a nice gesture to be like, I'm sorry you got COVID. Here's a Metallica whiskey.
that's fine. I could give
Don't worry about me. I have another 43 in the car.
I do want to ask a serious question though. Your feelings on COVID, have they changed since you had it?
Oh, that's a good question.
It sucks. It's no joke.
Well, you said you were
didn't talk-
fine.
We didn't talk about this. How were you during the?
There were 2 days where it was fucked up. I was not good.
For the entire day?
I tested on Friday positive. Right after our show, I took a test, positive, and then Friday and Saturday, it was not good. And then after that, I got better and better.
And what about your wife?
Yeah, but I checked on you and you were like, I'm okay. Like, you didn't seem like you were like, oh, I have this or that, or this is miserable.
It was not great. I mean, I had the chills. I had some aches all over my body, and I was all fluids coming out of my nose.
Oh.
Yeah. So
And what
it was all-
about your wife?
She had it, but she had it earlier than I had it. I got it after her.
So she gave it to you.
I don't know.
Do you think she was trying to kill you?
We haven't ruled that out yet.
Yeah, because
Well,
I maintain that with over here.
She tested before you?
She had it. No, we tested at the same time, but she had it she was showing symptoms before I was showing them.
Now let me ask you this: did you test yourself with an expired kit that you had got, like not even close expired, but expired like way more than that, like some other people did?
I don't know. I didn't check the date, but it said I had it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because I gave it the old. Oh, this is expired. Yeah. Let's do it
March
anyway.
2022. Okay. June 2022. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Janine, are you satisfied with this cross-examination?
No, he didn't give me a real straight answer about what he felt like. Your how you feel now that you had it.
What do you want? How do I feel about what?
COVID.
In general?
No, I mean,
sucks.
since you've had it, are you like, oh, that wasn't a big deal?
No, it sucks. It's like you're out of commission. Obviously you have to quarantine, but you feel like shit for a while. I mean, it's not like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not great. It's definitely, it's a bitch.
Now,
That's the first time I've had it, so
I did
I don't know
not
if
feel
it was
like
worse
that at
before.
all. I did not feel like that at all when I had it, but it also, and it was funny because I saw a good TikTok, and it was like, oh, my husband, while he has COVID, and it's just a guy sitting on the couch watching TV, and it's like me when I have COVID. The wife obviously still doing everything 100% normal. I'm like, oh yeah, it's exactly right.
COVID sucks. COVID sucks. It's not fun. It's not like, oh, this is nothing. It's just a cold. It knocks you on your ass.
For some people.
Yeah, no, it's true. But if you get it good, it sucks. It's no joke.
But I think Janine's question is do you think it warrants wearing a mask in public, making people get vaccinated to this day?
Depends on the numbers. I don't know what the numbers are today, but I think
Nobody
everybody
knows.
should
Nobody
get
cares
vaccinated.
enough to look anymore. That's the difference.
I think everybody should get vaccinated. I think that helps. I think
helps what? People not die?
Yeah.
Whew. But the thing is, like, so your sister, has your mother ever had it?
She's had it before.
And she's vaccinated?
Yes.
How many times has she had it?
I don't know. This might be the second or third time.
Jeez.
Anybody in the live chat getting a Rand Paul, Dr. Fauci vibe right now? Senator, has your mom had it?
Right.
I'm Fauci. I'm Rand Paul. Fuck you.
I don't think it doesn't matter.
All right.
All right.
Satisfied?
I don't think Janine is. Janine doesn't look satisfied.
All right.
I'm never satisfied. Asked my roommate.
Ask your roommate.
Wait, it's funny. Nicole in the chat wrote, "Love you, Jabs," and she's like, "J Sabs." Paul Maga Sabs.
There she is.
You're still fighting the good fight. You're leading the people that don't believe in this, didn't believe in the vaccination. You're sticking with it, Janine. I love it.
It's not that I don't believe in the vaccination. It's that I don't believe in the vaccination.
I was waiting for you to. I was like, how are you going to finish that sentence?
No.
It's not that I don't believe in masks. It's that I don't believe in masks except if I'm going on a plane on vacation.
Right. And then I'm like, I'm not getting sick from anything.
That was the all-time. You Kanye'd everybody a little with that one. That's why I love that move so much. It was a Kanye move.
We were all on the edge of our seat waiting for you to finish that sentence, and it was like, oh, all right.
No, obviously I believe in vaccinations because I have every vaccination, and so does my kids. Like
just not that one.
Just not that one. So, because honestly, and you know what, fam, I'm gonna pick you up a little bit too because you got it, but you never got the booster. Why is that?
It's pretty self-explanatory. Did I not get the booster? No, we didn't get the booster. I got it because at the time I thought it was what was needed to get everything back together. I thought if this is a way to go, and even because by the time, if you remember, I was a holdout. We had to, Cuddles
Yeah.
had to make sure she was okay, and we did that whole thing. But I felt like if this is going to keep everybody from dying and move society along, then let's do it. And I think it did help mitigate the thing. But then we got to a point where we were doing so much better. And that's when I felt like this is not necessary anymore. It's just like we're better. If the numbers would have fallen back the other direction, then all right, shoot it up again. Like, let's go. But I mean, everybody was better. Things were becoming better. I didn't feel it was necessary any longer. And again, you look at it now, like the death rate, like as a thing, it has just slowed down. Even though it's become more contagious, so we've had variants with more that are more contagious. I mean, they're saying now there's a little bit of a resurgence. Nobody gives a shit, but they're saying it. And especially it's fall, flu is going around now, all that shit. Nobody's dying from it for the most part. It's not scary to me if people aren't dying. When they were stacking body bags, I was like, okay, this is serious. But that time came and went like it does during a global pandemic. Same thing in 1914. Same shit, 1919. Same shit happened. Eventually, it just loses its strength and goes out.
Right now, the September deaths in the U.S. is 323 deaths in September.
323 deaths in the country?
In the country.
Yeah, that's not exactly. That's nothing.
Nothing.
Like, again, it's not something that the elderly, the diabetics, that they don't have to worry about. They do have to worry about it. Like, they need to be careful, but it's not 800 people a day are dying from something that didn't exist 2 months ago. That was the time we were in then. That's not the time that we're in any longer.
I hear you.
So that's why I didn't get the booster, because at that point it was kind of like, well, and by that point I had gotten it. So you have the immunity of having it, which you'll enjoy the shit out of now, Frank.
Right.
So it's kind of like there's no reason there was just no reason for it.
Right.
Now, my wife said, I don't know how true this is, because she does lie to me often. Like, I didn't buy that shirt. I didn't buy these shoes. I didn't buy this dress. But
That man didn't leave my bedroom.
yeah. I go, the UPS guy just left. Where's the package? She's like, don't worry about his package.
Yeah.
She told me that in Boston University, they created a strain of COVID that was stronger. They mutated it to be like the strongest strain ever.
Why would they do that?
I know it seems crazy, but like I was saying, that's what you have to do in order to be prepared for something bad. If something bad were to happen again, you got to be ready. You have to know what the illness is to know how to cure it. And that's what happens.
I got you.
And then we were talking, and then it was like, well, then we should be able to control it. Don't put that shit in China, because look what happens.
Right.
Which is a valid point, but at the same time, put that shit in China, because shit goes wrong. I don't want it right here. You know what I mean?
Well,
I want it really far away.
Well, you saw how that worked out.
China or Utah, we're just wherever there's a far
Utah.
away from. Yeah,
You saw how that worked out, though. Once it's out, it's out.
Well, it's funny because knowing what we know now, and again, because the Chinese government, not the most open people, right? The Chinese government,
No.
not open with their issues. But once it got to Italy, the world should have shut down. When you look back at it in hindsight, the dumbest thing we did this whole time was go, oh, those poor Italian people, as flights daily came in and out of JFK to Italy like it was no big fucking deal. That was the dumbest. How we let that slip is beyond me. And I know you people are going to be like, well, nobody could have expected this. Nobody could have expected this. Granted, but the fact of the matter is that we literally pay people in the government to expect this. Like, there's a whole bunch of people that are supposed to be prepared for this, and they just weren't.
Well, I think the dumbest thing that we ever could have done was go outside with mask on. Like that to me was really, really dumb.
What are you talking about?
Being outside with masks on is just dumb.
It was
Why is
Or
that
the
dumb.
dumb?
Yeah.
It's definitely dumb now. But at the time, it was kind of like, what are we? You have to do something, and people didn't even know.
No, even when we had, I remember thinking, why do I have to wear a mask outside? Like to me, that was
What are you
the
talking
dumbest
about?
thing.
You walk past people. You go into shopping. You go anywhere. You're around. Walk through Manhattan. How many people you bump into on a daily basis? You're gonna
But
come in
nobody was.
contact with people.
But nobody. Everything was shut down, so there was nobody walking in Manhattan at that
Talk
time.
about
No,
about
but if you-
stupidity. This was breaking all over the world and popping up in Manhattan. And I went into Manhattan the day before we shut down.
Oops.
And you talk about stupid. Do you remember when it was like, we're going to shut things down, things are getting really bad, it would be best if everybody stay at home? Do you remember what New York City was like that weekend? It was the most crowded it ever had. Like everybody rushed to go out because they were like, fuck you can't tell us what to do.
Right.
That's how different a mindset we were in
Yeah,
right before that
Wow.
moment.
Yeah.
there you go.
A lot of
It's a
dumb
different
things.
world now.
Different strokes is what I like to say. And then I watch an episode just for old times.
Different strokes.
All right, that's it. That's all I got. You guys got anything? Janine lasted to the end
Wow.
of the episode. Don't you fucking leave now and fucking don't you do it.
Wow.
Don't you
Are
do
you
it.
gonna be here for the closing thingy?
Yes, you have to
Do
stay.
it. Hurry up.
You have to stay for the next minute.
That's what my roommate said.
Most importantly, how many people do you think will have COVID on Friday?
I'd
From
say at least
Frank's
3
party.
more.
3 more?
Mhm.
Over under? Frank, you have a guess?
One more.
He's good. Oh, he knows someone else. There's someone
No,
else.
I don't know. I'll say one more though.
Yeah, 1 more is a safe bet. I was actually going to split the difference and say 2. I was going to go with 2 more.
All right, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Because we know 2 people right now, and I feel like their significant others are going to get it for sure. So
Hey, 2 out of 60.
that's not bad. That's not bad
That's
at
not
all.
bad.
Did the restaurant call and apologize to you for not making sure that Janine and I got all the food?
Yeah, they apologized because
Did
because I gave them your picture and they didn't block you at the exit at the entrance.
Hey.
Because I didn't get an apology. Janine, did you get an apology from the restaurant?
Yeah, I'll
Kinda.
reach out. I'll reach out and have them call you.
Thanks. Just a gesture. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah, I got a gesture for you.
All right, all the things. Jumpstart Coffee, thanks to those guys. Order with the link in the description below. Use that promo code, save 15% off. You can join the membership area, get some exclusive content. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now.